Hey guys, so iOS 17.2 Developer Beta 2 has been out for a couple of days now, and as per usual, I like to come back and share with you guys any additional new features and changes that I may come across after using the beta for a couple of days. Now in this video, I also want to talk about some of the bug fixes, also expected release date for the official release and the next beta, as well as some of the major changes happening with 17.2. Apple is making big changes with this one as well, so let's go ahead and dive right into this video. Now the first thing I want to talk about is some of the additional new features and changes that I've come across after using the beta for a couple of days, and also that others have reported as well. And the first thing I want to talk about is sensitive content warning has been expanded. So if you use this feature, or if you don't know about it, you can find it in settings. You can go under privacy and security, and if you scroll down, you have the sensitive content warning. Of course, this feature will prevent for nude images and things like that to be displayed on your iPhone. It will show you a quick warning. This has been expanded to stickers and messages, and also in the contact posters as well. So Apple continues to expand on sensitive content warning. So that's something that's been noticed in iOS 17.2 recently. Now Siri has also received two additional commands within iOS 17.2. The first one is you can now ask the altitude. So you can now use Siri to do that on your iPhone, and ask Siri for the ETA if you're using Apple Maps before you arrive to a destination. Now there's also been some changes to the journal application. So of course this is new with iOS 17.2. So if we go into add a new entry, if we click on the pencil here for recommendations, you now have better recommendations within the journal application. I'm not using it quite often. I'm not sure if this is for me, but yeah, the journal application did get some of the updates within the recommendations categories there. Now the App Store also got some nice changes here. So if we go into the App Store and you go into the apps category right here, if you tap there, you now find a new option right there, or various options. So we have this carousel of options right here. So you can scroll through different categories: utilities, shopping, photos and videos, entertainment, and etc. You see here that when you tap into that, you get all your entertainment applications. Of course, if you go to utilities, you get all your utility applications. I really like this new minor change to the App Store, but I really like it. Now, Apple could also be bringing proximity login to iOS 17.2. This is a feature that's been rumored for quite some time, but code within iOS 17.2 suggests that Apple ID proximity sign-in could be coming to iOS 17.2 finally. Now, Apple could be killing iTunes finally completely with the release of iOS 17.2. Mark Gurman reported earlier in the year that Apple plans to move all TV shows and movies from the iTunes application over to the Apple TV application. And this makes a ton of sense. Apple has killed off iTunes on the Mac for quite some time, and it was bound to happen where all your movies and TV shows would just be inside of the Apple TV application. So yeah, an end of an era. iTunes showed us so much and brought so much to the iPhone, the Mac, and everything else in between. But I think iOS 17.2 will bring a final end to iTunes on the iPhone, which is kind of sad, but you know, it was something that was bound to happen here in the future. Next, I want to shift my attention to bug fixes and performance, and we'll talk about expected release dates for the next beta and the official release here in just a few seconds. Now, I want to talk about performance and battery because I did run a benchmark on 17.2 beta 2, and the numbers are looking pretty good. As you can see right there, the single core score is 2,957, and the multi-core score is 7,346. Very similar to the official current release of 17.1.1. So things are looking pretty good in terms of performance. In terms of battery, I can't really complain. Battery is pretty good so far within iOS 17.2 beta. I really can't complain for being a beta. I get through my entire day with no issues. Now, in terms of bug fixes, there's also some additional changes here as well. The widgets on the home screen would sometimes disappear when I power off and reboot my iPhone, or even if I put it to sleep and wake it up, sometimes the widgets wouldn't be on the home screen. That has not happened in beta 2, so I'm happy to report that. And inside of the journal application, the most recent recommendations now populate properly. In previous betas, it wasn't actually populating the correct information. It was old information, and sometimes it wouldn't even populate properly. So the most recent there inside of journal has been addressed with this one as well. Now I want to talk about the expected release date for the next beta and the official release of iOS 17.2. So the next beta, iOS 17.2 beta 3, will most likely become available this upcoming week here. So today is Monday the 13th. We can expect Apple to release the next beta this week. Apple has been on a 2 weeks release schedule, but at some point they're going to be switching to a weekly release schedule, and I think this will be the week, so we can expect the next beta most likely tomorrow the 14th or the 15th of November. Keep in mind, iOS 17.2 will most likely release towards the beginning or mid-December. Now, when it comes to official release dates, I think iOS 17.2 will be available on Monday, December 11th, or at least on the week of Monday, December 11th. So we can expect iOS 17.2 to have maybe 2 more betas or 1 more beta, the RC, and official release here in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, stay tuned here to the channel. This has been my follow-up on iOS 17.2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.